Welcome in the next lecture. In the previous lecture, we have discussed the basics and fundamental of Google search. Okay, like what are the technical requirements, how Google search works, what are the content requirement, how to make your website search engine friendly, how to help search engines to get your website index, scroll, and rank. Okay, so many fundamentals we have discussed in the previous lecture. In the today's lecture, we are completely going to understand the content specific guidelines. Okay, because without content there is a no website. If there is a no website, then there is a no search engine optimization. Okay, so what are the specific guidelines for the specific content in the Google? Like if suppose that your website has so many videos. Okay, your website has so many images, your website has so many text. Okay, so what are the specific guidelines for each and everything? So that we are going to discuss today in the details. Okay, so let's first talk about the videos. Be sure, okay, be sure follow our video best practice to enable Google to find, crawl, and show the result for the video hosted on your site. Okay, like if your website is containing any kind of video, like it can be interview, it can be how to session, it can be a lecture, guidance, and it can be anything. So follow the video's best practice. Okay, available on the Google's doc, which you can understand in the details. So after following that guideline, Google will find, crawl, and show the result of your website. There are so many guidelines. So like help Google to find the videos. Okay, like which object you should use and how you can create identifier. Okay, ensure videos can be indexed. That is very important because if suppose that your video unable to index, then there is no meaning to create or show the video on the website. So there are other guidelines also related to the video. Okay, complete proper guideline which you can use, you can understand, and you can share with the developer to maintain the search engine friendly content. Okay, then again images. For the images also almost similar guidelines. There might be change in the aspect ratio and everything, but if suppose that you are using the image, so there are some guidelines provided by the Google, so you can go through it and create images according to that. Okay, now, to block the image from the index, use the robot.txt and disallow the rule. That is, we have already discussed. If there is any part of content or page or anything which you don't want to show in the Google search, so you can allow, you can use the robot file to stop the Google crawlers to scroll your images or index them. So you can use the disallow attribute for that. Simple. That we have already discussed. For children's, okay. If your content is specific for children's, okay, tag your page or site as child direct in order to comply with the children's online privacy protection. Okay, अगर आपकी वेबसाइट पे कोई ऐसा कंटेंट है विच इज स्पेशली फॉर द चिल्ड्रन, तो यू हैव टू tag this privacy policy which is specially for children's. Okay, if suppose that you have adult site, okay, if your site or a specific page is content adult only content, okay, you might consider tagging as an adult content which will filter it in the safe search result. कि आपकी वेबसाइट पे कोई ऐसा कंटेंट है जो स्पेसिफिक अडल्ट्स के लिए ही है, तो देन ऑल्सो यू हैव टू टैग द Yes. Okay. Now next news. Okay. If suppose that you are news and media website, okay, you are not a simply just blogger or e-commerce or business website, but up news or media website also, that what you have to do is if you have news content, be sure to read the Google Publisher Center help document. Okay. फॉर द न्यूज स्पेसिफिक न्यूज वेबसाइट्स के लिए एक अलग से गूगल पब्लिशर सेंटर होता है जहाँ पे आप अपनी वेबसाइट को रजिस्टर करवा सकते हैं फॉर द स्पेसिफिक न्यूज. सो उसके लिए अलग से गाइडलाइन है विच यू कैन गो थ्रू कि गूगल पब्लिशर की गाइडलाइंस कौन सी हैं, देन रजिस्टर योर वेबसाइट ऑन गूगल पब्लिश सेंटर एंड कीप क्रिएटिंग द कंटेंट अकॉर्डिंग. इन एडिशन क्रिएट ए न्यूज साइट मैप, अगर आपकी कोई न्यूज वेबसाइट है तो उसके लिए स्पेसिफिक न्यूज साइट मैप आपको क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा। ओके। टू, हेल्प गूगल डिस्कवर कंटेंट मोर क्विकली, ताकि गूगल डिस्कवर में आपका कंटेंट प्रॉपरली दिखे। बी श्योर टू प्रिवेंट द अब्यूज ऑन योर साइट, दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट। ओके, बी श्योर दैट your website is not abusing reputation or content or so many things, so be sure for that. Okay, like prevent the user generated spam, or there are so many things, we one by one we will go through in detail. But before that, let's understand the content specific guideline. Okay, if you want to provide the limited number of views to visitors without subscription or login, read about the flexible sampling to learn some best practice about providing the limited access to the content. Then see how indicate subscription and paywall your content while still enabling the crawling. Okay. See how to indicate subscription or paywall content on your site to Google while still enabling the crawling. Okay. बिकॉज क्या होता है कि जब भी हम सब्सक्रिप्शन प्लान लगाते हैं तो आफ्टर अ फ्यू कंटेंट, और आई थिंक सो इन द स्टार्टिंग, okay, we doesn't show the more content on the website. So there are simple guideline also. If suppose that we want to share the subscription plan, so how we can active it without disturbing the crawling and everything. Okay, see how to use meta tags. Okay, limit text or image used when generating search result snippets. Okay, consider using AMP or web storage for fast loading. Other sites, for an example, site about business, book, app, see other Google service where you can post your information. ठीक है, और भी बहुत सारी चीजें आप देख सकते हो जहाँ पे आप अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन पोस्ट कर सकते हो. सी इफ गूगल सपोर्ट सच फीचर स्पेसिफिक फॉर कंटेंट टाइप. Google supports specialized search feature or recipes and so many things. Manage the user experience. That is also very important. Okay, after the content part, this is very important. Your website's user experience should be very good. Okay, then control your search appearance and so on. Okay, so that's it. In today's lecture, we have gone through this specific type of the content. So every type has a detailed guideline which you can visit the Google Doc and read each and everything properly to get understand the guideline of the Google, so you can execute very well. Okay, so in this lecture, thank you so much uh, for your times. Just don't forget to subscribe, like and share.